1:30 a.m. October 6th, 2025. I'm in Fitchburg, Massachusetts on my way back to Nashua, New Hampshire. And I just went over one of the worst roads probably in the whole Bay State. I mean, I grew up in Pepperell, so I've been to Fitchburg many times, and Fitchburg's always seemed like a bit of a hot mess to me. But the person I just dropped off, I brought her back from Brookline, New Hampshire, and that's Brookline, New Hampshire PD, actually. I pulled up. Officer came up to me and said I was a lifesaver. And I got a woman out of a bad situation, apparently. She got to go home. Her significant other is still in Brookline, New Hampshire. I'll just leave it at that. When a cop comes up to me and says, "You're a lifesaver,"
okay, first up.
Just say thank you. I didn't press for details, and she didn't offer many, so.
Taco Bell, Amherst Street.
Okay, let me turn that down. Now, she told me to go straight through that rotary instead of taking the third exit. They said this will get me back to where I was going on a road that's not as bad as the one I was just on. I still feel my kidneys shaking around. Fitchburg's always had a lot of bad roads. Let's see where this one takes me. I know where Fitchburg is. I know how to get there. I don't know where anything in Fitchburg is. It's been way too long. A lot of ups and downs here. It's been called the East Coast San Francisco. All the hills. Sure seems that way. This road's a hell of a lot better than that other one. There it is. Uh-oh. Alright, not so bad. 100 clear. She said at the light, take a left. Through here, but if I'm going too fast, that officer might pull me over and inform me, in which case I'll have to abbreviate the video. If you've looked at my channel at all, it's pretty much, the videos are all pretty much start to finish. There's no editing. It's all, wow, this road sucks. Not as bad as the other one. My videos are all start to finish. I don't do any editing. Just press record, see what happens. One time I put on AM radio, AM 900. So there's also, I think it's 95.7. Can't remember the call letters. WMAG. I was listening to that one night. I tuned into Help Me Rhonda by the Beach Boys, followed by The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel. I sang along a little bit. Okay, this woman may have been mistaken. This road is bad. Just get me to Route 13. That's all I want. Okay, where on earth am I here? If I go right, it'll take me to the Fitchburg Art Museum, which is closed, I'm sure. Let's go left. Hold on. No, let's go right. Okay, what have we here? I don't want Route 12. 2A Luna, yes, that's what we want. We're going left here. Take a right, then a left. That'll take me to Lunenburg. God, I can't remember the last time I was in Fitchburg. Wait a second. This is the way I came. I don't know. Pardon me. Changes in the weather. I'm glad I'm the only one out here. I think this is the way out. That was horrible. This one's better. I think I'm on Route 2A. Was this the way I came in? Or did I miss one of those green signs? This video is going to be hard to watch. The mount I have in this particular vehicle, a little unsteady. Yes. Okay, I am going the right way. I know where I am now. Okay. Oh, this thing is bad. This mount is crazy bad. Just speed limit through here. I'll be taking a left up here if I'm where I think those things are called, dash mounts. One that doesn't jiggle like that. If you're watching this video, there is nothing wrong with your vision. It's just an incredibly jiggly thing. Words are failing me tonight. Definitely taking a left up here. Trump is still president. The U.S. dollar is still sinking. The economy is still... I've been waiting for months for it to like really start crashing out, and it really hasn't happened. something's gonna happen. It's just, you don't know. You just don't know when it's really gonna sink in. Trump wants to do to Chicago what he did in D.C., what he did in L.A. Portland, Oregon is on the menu as well, so probably Boston's going to be one of the cities he targets next down the line. I mean, really, he wants to get crime out of D.C. Well, he could start by leaving. He could start by leaving. A convicted felon who's going to restore law and order, right? There was that speech he gave in front of all those high-ranking military leaders. I don't know. Through about 40 minutes of it. I can't stay. After a while, I just can't stand the sound of that guy's voice for a prolonged period. Been a while since I've been on Route 13. This road just feels like it goes on forever. Once I get to Route 119, I might alter my route. I could go straight when the light turns green, or I could go right. That would take me into Pepperell, and I can go back to Nashua that way. Straight or right? If I go left, I'll wind up in Nashua, so we don't want that. It's not a dash mount, it's a bottom head. Excuse me. Again, changing the weather. Well, enough about Donald Trump and his dumbass. Baseball. Postseason. The Red Sox they made it in. They got the 5th seed. They faced off against the Yankees for 3 games in the Bronx. I knew it was going to go to 3 games, but I didn't know the Red Sox offense was going to. Well, they say win or go home. I think they went home before the game started. That starting pitcher, Connolly early, he did good. First 3 innings, he was fine. Then the 4th inning, I think he allowed 1 run. And then the defense let him down. The Sox ended up losing game 3, 4-0. I don't blame the starting pitcher. I mean, he was a rookie. He came in. I think his first major league start was in September, and he was fantastic. Next thing you know, he's pitching the winner go home game of the ALCS. Did not have that on my bingo card. That's for damn sure. Okay. Straight or right? Straight or right? We're going right. let's go to Pepperell. It'll take longer to get back to Nashua this way, but that's what the dispatcher gets for sending me to Brookline after midnight. And then come to find out she's going to Fitchburg. I was like, oh boy, here we go. I prefer to stay in town. One reason. What if the vehicle breaks down? 99 times out of 100 I get an out-of-town call. I do it. There's the occasional 1% where I'll say no. And more often than not, it's a Logan Airport call. I hate driving in Boston. But if I'm driving some night and the vehicle does break down, let it break down in Nashua. I'll walk back to the station if I have to. If it breaks down here, we have a problem. I don't think it will. It's got a few issues, but I think we'll make it back. Okay, back to baseball. Yankees got the 3 seed, Red Sox got the 5 seed in the American League, and the Yankees booted the Red Sox from the playoffs 2-1. Sox won the first game, Yanks won the last 2. Then it was then they went to Toronto. The Blue Jays have the 2 seed. They've played 2 games so far, and Toronto has scored a total of 23 runs in those 2 games. First game was 10-1. This last one was like 13-7. Sounds like a football score. So they have today off. Tuesday night. Game 3 will be in the Bronx. The Yankees have to do to the Blue Jays what they did to the Red Sox, run the tables. I don't see them doing that against the Jays. And let's see, the other AL game, the other 3-game series was a bit of a surprise. It was the Guardians got. I said the Yankees had the 3 seed. No, they had the 4 seed. The Guardians had the 3 seed, and the Tigers got in almost by the skin of their teeth. Second to last game of the year, they clinched the 6 seed. The Tigers avoided one hell of a collapse. I guess at one point in August, they had a 15-game lead over whoever the second place team was. I don't think it was the Guardians. I think it was the Royals. Guardians were even further back than that, and then they went on this mad winning streak. They finished red hot. They overtook the Tigers in the AL Central. I just drove by my high school. Looks a lot different from the way I remember it. But this is 2025. I graduated in 1988. I guess it's going to look different. 37 years, so it will make a difference. Anyway, back to baseball. Tigers got in the second to last game of the season. Cleveland Guardians clinched their division, so the Tigers went to Cleveland for their 3-game series, won the first, dropped the second, and won the third. So they advanced to the AL. No, it's still the ALCS. They are facing the Mariners. They've got the Mariners had the best record in the American League for the first time since I don't know when. And I found myself, once the Sox were out, I found myself pulling for the Mariners. I would love to see them in a World Series. Simple reason. They're out of the 30 teams, 30 active major league teams, 29 have been to the World Series at least once. The exception, Seattle Mariners. I want to see them get in. They have a fantastic pitching rotation, starting rotation. Bullpen let them down in game 1, I think. I might be confusing that with the Phillies and the Dodgers, but the Mariners did lose game 1 of that series. But they won tonight, 3-2. It was the Tigers bullpen that allowed the go-ahead and eventual winning run in the 8th inning. Or was it the 7th? 7th or 8th. Either way, it was the Mariners bullpen held the lead, and they got the win, tied the series up at 1. So now Seattle goes to Detroit for the next 2 games, assuming there are, well, there will be 2 games because the series is tied at 1. This is a 3 out of 5 matchup. I don't really have anything against the Tigers. I mean, they did have they got cold the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, but still had a winning record, still barely got into the playoffs. So I've got nothing against them, but I would really love to see the Mariners get into at least 1 World Series, and I'm sure the people of Seattle would too. They do have a nice team. As for the Blue Jays and Yankees, obviously a couple of AL East rivals to the Red Sox, but I'm pulling for the Blue Jays in that one because F the Yankees. And like I said, the Blue Jays have 23 runs in 2 games. I hope they have a few runs left in those bats. I would hate to see the Yankees sweep them in the next 3 if it does go to 3. Should there be a game 5, that game will be back in Toronto. Okay, on the National League side, let's see. The 1 seed was Milwaukee Brewers. They had a fun team this year. They had the best record in the majors. The 2 teams with the best records in their leagues. If you're a betting man and you said it back in March or April that the AL leader was going to be the Mariners and the NL leader was going to be the Brewers, and you made yourself some money. I didn't see that coming. So Brewers and the 2 seed Phillies had the bye. So let's see, the 3 seed was the Dodgers, which is funny when you think about it. 2 teams had a better record in the NL than they did, and they still led their division. They took on the Cincinnati Reds. I don't know how the Reds made it in. Well, actually, I do. They got in because the New York Mets were the ones to suffer the epic collapse, the same kind that the Tigers avoided. And if you want to get an idea of what that was like for Mets fans, there's a guy on the internet. I think he's on TikTok, and I'm not on TikTok. Frank the Tank. I just listen to him go off, and it feels mean-spirited of me, but I do bust out laughing when I see him just lose his crap like that. And I'm sure he's a really nice guy, but it just seems to me it's a lot easier being a Red Sox fan than it is being a Mets fan. I feel bad for the guy, but oh my God, he is funny. Frank, if you're listening to this, if you happen to stumble upon this video, I'm sorry, but keep making those videos. Oh my God. So anyway, it was the Dodgers and the Reds. And the Dodgers, all three of the games would have been in LA, but the Dodgers only needed 2. They swept the Reds. The other matchup was number 4 Cubs, number 5 Padres. I was pulling for the Padres because I do like that team, with the exception of Manny Machado, who he's matured quite a bit in recent years, certainly since he's become a Padre. But when he was with the Orioles, he was a straight-up punk. And the reason I don't like him is because what he did to Dustin Pedroia that one game where he slid into second base and his cleats got Pedroia in the calf muscles. Pedroia ended up being taken out of that game. And that was the beginning of the end of his career. Sometime after that, the injuries just kept coming. And he battled back, he tried battling back for several years. He was up and down, back in the show, back in the minors, back in the show, back in the minors. And one day he just called it quits. So, I like the Padres, but I don't like Manny, so that's just me. Gonna go left here. Pepperell has a Domino's now. That's funny. So, Cubs and Padres. 3 games in Chicago. Cubs won the first one, Padres won the second, Cubs won the third. So, that puts them... Okay, so the 5th and the 6th seed were eliminated, so the Cubs being 4th seed, they will play the Brewers. They are playing the Brewers. There was a game a couple days ago. It's weird how MLB did the schedule for the NL playoffs, the second round. Game 1, followed by a day off, followed by game 2, followed by another day off, and then they go to Chicago for game 3 and for, if necessary, game 3 and 4. And then if game 5 necessary, Milwaukee. Brewers lead that series 1-0. LA went to Pittsburgh for game 1, and they won that one 5-3. So game 2 is tonight. Game 2 of the Brewers and the Cubs is also tonight. I plan on catching both those games. I found a podcaster who covers. I guess he pays top dollar for the MLB app. And I used to have that. That ain't cheap. And I wasn't catching enough games to justify paying that cost every month, so I ended up getting rid of it.
Sorry.
He does it. He's got some animation that simulates the game. And he calls the game while he's talking to the people in the live chat. I've never actually taken part in the live chat. I might do that tonight. First one. His name is, I think his name is Pete. Didn't catch his last name. But he's, let's see, he's a triple amputee. He's talked about that a few times. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, he lost his left hand and he lost both his legs. So he's in a wheelchair. pretty good. He seems to be in pretty good spirits for a guy in that condition. He just battles through. He just keeps on moving. And one of the reasons he keeps on moving, he actually played a video that he found on his phone when he woke up from a coma that he was in. Whatever happened to him, that he went into a coma, and he was in the hospital for a long time too, well over a year. When he awoke from the coma, there was a video. There was a message from Ray Lewis of, I believe, Baltimore Ravens fan. Of all people, had a video message for him. It was a pretty inspirational message. He took that to heart, and he's been chugging along ever since. And he loves baseball. So I'll be catching the games he covers. There's another podcaster. Can't think of his name, but the channel is called Max Coverage. I caught him for one of those games, one of the AL games. Game 1 of what the hell was it? I think it was Tigers and Guardians. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think it was Tigers and Guardians, because that was an afternoon game. This is before I had to go to work, so. So anyway, he's doing the play-by-play of that game, talking with people in his live chat, and come to find out he's a Yankees fan. Okay. And then somebody in the chat room asked him how he thought the Red Sox were going to do against the Yankees in Game 1, and he just starts dumping on the Red Sox. I can't remember if he was the one who made the kind of a snide remark about Garrett Crochet as the starting pitcher for the Red Sox in that game. But I'm sitting there thinking, okay, buddy, keep running your mouth. We'll see what happens in Game 1. So I go to work, and I've got the game on the radio. So I listen to the game. It's a pretty tense game. But Garrett Crochet went like 7 2/3, allowed 1 run. Excellent performance. The Yankees bullpen, which has been suspect all year, ended up costing the Yankees the game. Red Sox won 3-1. So I was feeling pretty optimistic for the Sox's chances at the time. I didn't know they were going to drop games 2 and 3, but we'll get to that. What was I going to say? Anyway, I remembered that the Yankees fan in the podcast, in his podcast, I was trying to remember the name of it. Let's see if I can find that game and find that guy and see how he reacted to how Game 1 unfolded. Long story short, I was highly entertained. This guy lost his crap. It was funny. Then the game ended, and he went something like, "Can we beat the Red Sox?" Turned out, yes, you could. You beat them twice. And in the postseason, those are the ones that matter. So I didn't gloat. I did. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word to say. I guess my reaction to him was, I didn't tell him this or anything. I didn't leave a comment. So maybe you should talk smack after the game, which is why I didn't talk smack before games 2 or 3, because I didn't know what was going to happen, especially with Game 3. strikeouts, no walks, no runs. No Red Sox batter crossed home plate. Hell, no Red Sox batter touched third base. That's what I meant when I said the offense, it was win or go home, but I think the offense went home before the game even started. That's what I meant. Had to tip my hat to Cam Schlitter. That was fantastic performance, even if he is wearing the pinstripes. That start was one for the ages. He's in Yankees lore right alongside Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, Babe Ruth, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera, Reggie Jackson, you name it. He's in some pretty elite company. And again, Connolly early, he came to pitch. First 3 innings, he was fine. 4th inning, he allowed the 1 run, and then the defense let him down. And by the time that inning was through, it was 4-0 Yankees, and that turned out to be the final score. I don't blame him for that. Going into spring training for the minor leagues, I'm sure he had no idea that he was going to pitch Game 3 of the ALCS against the Yankees. So hopefully he'll come back next year and have the kind of success he had in his major league debut. It was very good. One thing about that Game 3, though, the bottom of the 8th, Alex Cora made an unusual decision. He put in Aroldis Chapman to pitch the 8th inning with the Red Sox down 4-0. Chapman is their closer. He's their 9th inning guy, which was an interesting signal to send. Cora was planning on winning that game. He put Chapman in there just to keep the score at 4-0 and give the Sox a shot. But again, the offense went home before the game started. So, and Chapman, he did keep the game at 4-0. So, Chapman, by the way, had a fantastic season. Too bad it was wasted. Let's see where he's at next year. Anyway, this video's gone on long enough. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Rob Oz out.